People who downloaded their Google data and went through it, what were the most unsettling things you found out they had stored about you? That there is a map of everywhere I went in the last couple of years that's accurate to the hour. Google Maps greater than your timeline. According to this, I once walked 650 miles in 11 minutes. How else you gonna walk 500 miles and walk 500 more just to fall down at her door? Can we all upvote the same question next week when everyone has received their information? This is the one time I hope a duplicate question makes it to hot. There's an audio recording of me saying check the Jewish boy's peanuts. I don't remember ever saying that, but okay. I'd never admit to that on the internet, either, buddy. Unless you're a Maoral. Probably young you were curious about circumcised peanutses. I'm the vice president of a company that I've never heard of, and can't find any other info on it. Are you hiring? Only foreign paid interns. Sounds like a promotion to me. We only accept Ivy League alumni. I have a Costco membership. Does that count? I got drunk once and proceeded to get lost on the way home, ending up cycling on some highway. For 2 years I wondered where the hell I had been until I saw Google's location history for that night. I just found out I didn't fricking go to McDonald's in the middle of the night at my mate's birthday party without anyone fricking noticing, and they were telling me I was just passed out the whole time. Or your friends stole your phone, took it to McDonald's. Dude, this will be so funny when he goes through his phone's Google Maps history later. Okay, I have a weird, but serious question. My husband passed away last year. I still have his S7. I'm also 99% sure I have his Google account information, but if not, I'm sure the password is saved in his phone. If this thing really does record voices, how would I go about downloading his Google data? I just want to hear his voice again. I'm starting to tear up as I type this, but seriously, I only have one voicemail from him on my phone and maybe a couple videos. Anything more I can get of his voice, pictures of him I haven't been able to restore. Anything I can get I want. I miss him so freaking much. If you use Google Photos and allow Maps to track your location. I took photos that I didn't like, deleted them. Weeks later I am just browsing my timeline in Google Maps and those deleted photos are there, tagged to the location. Nothing incriminating. Just thought you should know that a delete isn't a delete. Yeah, I deleted some old photos and a year later they came up in a montage of the year. The funny thing is, I'd like them back, but can't find them anywhere else. Apparently I sleepwalk thousands of kilometers and then manage to get back home in time for work. Also a bunch of recordings of my computer's fan spinning. But well, at least they got me on the fetish peen searches. Ah, Google. Hyped up Google. Incompetent Google. I know my data is in good hands. You sleepwalk thousands of kilometers? I have questions. So do I, but the most likely answer is just Google messing up with whatever it uses to track a user's location. Google messes up all the time. Today I learned Ron Swanson had it freaking right. Erase all pictures of Ron. Erase all pictures of Ron. Mine is 10 gigabytes. Holy it's gonna take a while to download. It is an old account, but I have all activity paused except YouTube watch history, so I'm really interested to see why it's so large. HMMMMM. Their profile claims I like Chinese rap. I have no idea why, other than one video I came across in the YouTube rabbit hole. I have this problem with air conditioner repair videos in Korean. No idea why Google thinks I speak Korean or why my air conditioner needs repair. I don't get how Google is recording secret conversations that can be stored and viewed. I thought this was exclusive to Google voice searches and commands, which are approved by the user in settings. How are these candid conversations being recorded and stored, and how can you view them? It wasn't Google data that shocked me. I am kind of expecting it to know everything about me. This came from Instagram. My period was very late, so naturally, I told my husband in our very private and quiet home setting, and bought a clear blue pregnancy test. We don't own TV, Amazon Alexa, Google Voice or similar. I just have Reddit and Instagram on my smartphone. My period was just late, But the very next day I got bombarded by ads on Instagram about Clear Blue and other pregnancy sticks and some other baby it. There is no way that it was a coincidence since it was the second time getting a very specific ad. So the app is listening and showing me ads accordingly. Did your husband Google Clear Blue on his devices? You both share the same Wi-Fi, have had devices associated before. Today I learned that you can do that. Be right back soon after I go through mine. This post was probably in light of the news post 4 days ago about Google tracking your data. I remember the thread with people discovering you could download that data. Can you delete said data? Asking for a friend that has a crippling hentai addiction. Recordings of conversations with my boss over 2 years. I don't know why it only had recordings of her and I us talking and no one else. Just listened to a load of voice clips of me talking into my voice to text thing on my phone keyboard while driving 4 years ago. Me talking like an idiot, speaking really slowly so the words could be heard distinctly. I am going to get bacon. See you later. Deleted. I love how everyone's first instinct is delete. We have a universal aversion to hearing our own recorded voice. When I hear my own voice, it infuriates me. Because my real voice sounds exactly like what I imagine the most annoying voice someone could have sounds like. Is that what I sound like? Seriously? You don't find that incredibly annoying sounding? How are we still friends when I sound like that? Definitely the voice recordings. That should be turned off by default, instead of needing to be changed by the user. How do you change it so it doesn't record you? OP just got hundreds of people downloading their Google data. Hope so. Healthy reminder for people to realize just how much data they really give out about themselves and how badly that could end if leaked or used for malicious purposes by some government or corporate entity. The huge potential for each and everyone's very own personal it hitting the fan and spread everywhere without a possibility to clean it up. How do I download my data? All phone activity, opened app, closed app etc. From the very first day I owned my phone, constant check of my GPS, constant check of my device orientation. If someone steals your Google account, they basically can find out everything there is to find out about you. The most unsettling one I've had came from Facebook, not Google. Mine a bit of background. I'm a straight guy with a lot of LGBT friends and was actively involved in supporting the Australian same-sex marriage campaign, so Facebook probably had me flagged as gay at the start of 2012. In 2012 I started dating someone. We'd been friends for some time. I'm on Facebook all the time. She had an account, but almost never used it. We basically never communicated on Facebook. Immediately Facebook started telling me to mark her as a close friend and all of its ads changed from gay singles cruise and similar to romantic getaways for couples. I can only assume that it was able to tell from GPS that she spent a night at my place, and that I spent one at hers a few days later. How I never thought of that. 2 phones at the same place during the night tells a lot I guess. Damn. 100%. I've had that happen several times now. A single mutual friend guarantees they'll show up as a recommended friend if you've been in close proximity. I previously worked in a mental health and substance abuse recovery center, and twice I had new suggested friends pop up on social media, specifically Snapchat and Instagram, immediately after a patient checking their phone in the waiting room. I once had a patient try to add me this way. Our GPS locations matched up and flagged us. I've had tons of alcohol ads pop up even though I'm not a drinker. I work at a liquor store. I mentioned this to my sister that works at a different one and she said she gets tons of ads. Google knows if you've been fornicating. A basic metadata analysis would show who is cheating on their spouse as well. Not a Google, but hopefully on topic. I have downloaded my data from Facebook, and the most shocking one was a recorded phone conversation of about 30 minutes long. It was dated back around 5-7 years ago, and most surprisingly it was not even me who was speaking and I could not even recognize who it was. That is terrifying. Mind if I ask how you downloaded your Facebook data? Audio recordings titles are generic and serialized, so make sure to take some precautions before listening to them in front of your family or randoms. Please don't make my mistake. Hey Google, how do I increase my peanut size? Girlfriend staring at me. Was it your voice or hers? LOL nice. I feel sorry for you man. Why? That's definitely a I can't take anything bigger stare. My purchase history on websites like eBay, Amazon and other companies that, I guess, all sell their data about me to Google. I hardly had no idea of it, and although I share things like my location to Google, seeing my purchases is kind of scary because I never allowed it. If you use Gmail for confirmation emails, they can recognize them and store the purchase data. Same for reservations, tickets, etc. I started having notifications pop up on my phone. PSSST. Your $50 power bill is due on Friday, and for the life of me I had no idea how Google knew that till suddenly it hit me. Power company sends me an email when my bill is due to my Gmail account. It's like, instead of Big Brother, it's Big Mother.